Forget the turkey this year for Thanksgiving. How about insect protein?
The company is called Ynsect. This is in France. This is for fertilizer.
Ynsect is one of the largest producers of insects in the world.
Ynsect is a company that is now 10 years old, founded in France, but operating in France, in the Netherlands, and also in the US, with the vision that we can reinvent the food chain. Reinventing means we can contribute to the fact that food is more sustainable, because agriculture and food are the first reason of the biodiversity collapsing and the second contributor to the climate change, but also the first victim of climate change. So we need to change drastically how food is made, how food is consumed. And we think insect is the basis of the food chain everywhere in nature. And so what we want to do and what we are doing is also helping farmers to use insect products to fertilize their plants organically, to replace chemical fertilizer, to use local proteins to feed the fish, the salmons in Norway or the sea bass in Greece, but also all the chicken and the pigs with more local and sustainable proteins. And of course humans, because in some places we think directly feeding humans with products we know every day like burgers, sausages, pasta, etc. is an interesting thing, because again it's with well less greenhouse gas emissions, well less water consumption, so it's addressing fully the sustainability agenda of the European Commission. So at Ynsect, we are farming beetles, we call mealworms. So they are small beetles, very well known, you find almost everywhere in the world. They are fully approved in the European regulation. The Commission is also enabling the use of crickets or silkworms, because they are very well known and they were farmed in Europe and today also a lot in Asia, the silkworms. So there is about 1 million species of insects in the world, but just very few are very well known by the scientists, by the regulators, and that are really good and good for they're really food safe and good as nutrients and good for the health of the person, for the animals and for the plants, and also sustainable. Ynsect has grown first dedicated on feeding animals, fish, pets, chicken, so feeding plants. Since recently, we acquired a company in Netherlands that were really focused on human food. And we see our customers are buying our ingredients, and they do a lot of different kind of products. So it could be pasta, it could be cereal bars, it could be energy drinks, but others are doing sausages, meatballs, falafels, or minced meats to make burgers. We were having a volleyball championship in Netherlands a few days ago, where there was a booth and people were buying the burgers, and they really enjoyed it, and they found that the taste is amazing and very close to what you think as normal I would say meat. So the product is good, it's tasty, it's as nutritional like milk, the best proteins on the market, but as sustainable as plants in terms of carbon footprints or water footprints. So this is very, very, very good, I would say, and promising new products for the European consumers. 10 years ago, we founded the company with my 3 other co-founders, Jean-Gabriel, Alexis, and Fabrice. On this team, I am an engineer in agriculture, agronomy, life sciences. So in biology, I've been working a lot on insects and how they were threatened by pesticides, or by the agricultural activities, and how you could protect them. And I found that maybe there is also another way to help them to grow and foster, and also in a way to protect them. The fertilizer we use for the plants are organic, and they're also stimulating the plants, so maybe there is a way to use less pesticides by using the organic fertilizer from insect. Then it will protect eventually the insect in the fields. The goal of the company is to make insect a new normal. I think for the European consumers, but in the next, maybe at the end of the decade, for them it will be normal to see insects in the retail, insect in the restaurants as human food. But they will see, farmers will use organic fertilizer from insect as another normal fertilizer, and farmers will use to feed their chicken, their pigs, or their figs. With insect, it will be normal. The thing is to be normal. It will contribute to diversify the source of ingredients and to help Europe to be more sovereign, to be more resilient and less dependent on importation, while being more sustainable and provide healthier and more sustainable products. Regulation could be a very big limit obstacle for startups, but it could also be a very big catalyzer. And especially in Europe, because a lot of regulations are unified and harmonized in all the 27 countries. So when this happens, you open the largest market in the world. And this is what happened in the past few years. When we started, we could sell product only in pet food. And after we worked with the DG Santé here in the commission, with a group of just young startups and proving we were serious, we could produce and propose products which are food safe and sustainable, and progressively all the feed markets open, the fertilizer market open, and recently the human food markets open. So it's very positive to see how regulators, institutions, entrepreneurs, together with universities and corporates are working together to make the regulation change, evolve, and make it positive for the European consumers. I think it's normally raised questions. The topics of any new sector is not to push and force consumers to eat this kind of new products, which are not new because again insects have been there for thousands of years. Silkworms farming have been there for very long time. Much before I would say that the Europeans exist as of today. So we are here to propose this product to the consumer that wants to eat it directly or to eat the animals and plants that will be fed by this product. So it's just giving more options, more possibilities on the market with new ingredients, sustainable ingredients. And this is just a new possibility, so it's a chance for Europe, but it's nothing compulsory, of course. And but it's good to be there in Europe and having this kind of support. There is a support for innovation in Europe, which is good. There is the EIT, where we are today. We have been supported by the key climate a long time ago, but we have been supported by Europe also in terms of grants for innovation in the Horizon program. This is critical because, private investors alone cannot help deep tech startups to grow from something which doesn't exist. Otherwise, the market will not accept that. In the US also, they see that when Silicon Valley leads alone, they will favor very short-term profitable options and not disruptive things that will be very critical for the nations for disruptive technology. So the states, public authorities, governments need to work together and help this kind of innovation to grow from nothing and building very expensive infrastructures that will tackle all the sustainability issues. So this is critical, and this is why the Commission, why the member states are providing grants and support to startups. It is critical at the beginning, and at some point, then you create jobs, you create local developments, and also then taxes that will go back and have a virtuous circle in Europe.
Compete with the traditional agriculture and
No.
food industry?
No, we are not committing. The classical agri-food is accessing, to the common agricultural policies that is for, the classical farmers, and there is also this is what we are applying is for innovation grants, innovation support that are for the full spectrum of companies in Europe, and there are sometimes that are dedicated in Horizon 2020, for instance, programs dedicated to startups. Yeah, we raised about 450 million. From private investors, but also from the European Commission and the French government, and also from banks for loans. So it's a full a mix of support.
So what is your valuation? Can you tell us?
No, we are not disclosing valuation there, but it's already good indeed that we have this kind of support.
Are you already a unicorn?
Maybe.